So what are the ways that people think about problems, these decision-making styles? Well, we can think of them like this. And when you're listening to them, you might be thinking about yourself and you're thinking, oh, that sounds a bit more like me. You might even hear a second one, which is also a bit like you. We have primaries and secondaries. And you might also be thinking about the people sitting around you. Oh, that sounds a lot like them. So the first one is, and they're not in order of priority or importance, I'm just naming them, someone who we describe as an achiever, someone who is very outcomes oriented. They've got a goal, they know exactly what they're going for. A second one is called an explorer, someone who likes to think of all of the options before making a decision, like a sort of the full menu. Don't just give me the 3 choices. I want to know all of the choices before I make a decision. An analyzer, someone who's very evidence-oriented, who needs to see the data, who needs to know how they're going to measure the outcomes. Someone who is a guardian, who is more risk-oriented, who's thinking about what could go wrong and how they would scenario plan for that. Someone who's a collaborator and they have a stronger people orientation. They're thinking about stakeholders, for example, and values and capabilities. And then someone who's a deliverer. And so that person is thinking about, well, how are we actually going to make this happen? How do we get from A to B? And as I said, as you were listening to those, you might have been thinking about yourself. And hopefully what you're also thinking about is the organization and thinking, do we really have those profiles, those perspectives in the decision-making teams that are making important decisions? Because if we don't, then you can see at a glance that there might be gaps and you might be missing opportunities.